Hello, it's Sean Leach here, Fit&Vital Life, and welcome to this video where I'm going to show and explain and demonstrate why weight training can help women over 40 lose weight and tone up better than HIT. Now, I've got a little disclaimer because right now I can just say to people, but I like doing HIT, I love doing HIT, I don't want to do weights, I don't get injured, whatever. I've got a little bit of a disclaimer here for you, okay? So this is for information purpose only and is not to replace any medical advice that you've been given for anything, any individual needs, whatever. Okay, it's just general information which I've learned personally from my own personal experience working with the public for over 5 years now, helping hundreds of women lose weight and tone up. We've been doing this a long time, so this is from my personal experience of speaking to people who come in with issues of doing HIIT training, of doing cardio, and what we help them do instead, and the results that they get, which I'll show in a second. And I'm going to use that information as well as some resources, well, a single resource which I've got here to reference my information here. All right. Um, I'm insane, right? This is an extreme example, but you should never listen to me under any circumstances unless you're an idiot. So that's my extreme example. The first one was a professional one. That one's a little bit more extreme just for a bit of fun. But furthermore, despite this information, you should do what you want. Whatever you like, you can take this and say, for F you, Sean, I like HIIT, I'll keep doing it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do HIIT. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do for every single human being. It's just information I've learned which might give you a bit of insight into um, where you could be going wrong if you've experienced some of the things which I'm going to talk about soon. So it's entirely up to you what you do with this information. It's for information purposes. Any personal advice that you've been given from a health professional is the one you should listen to, and you should not listen to me under any circumstances, but especially not to replace a medical professional. So this is just information to do with what you please. Enjoy. My name is Sean. I'll briefly explain who I am in a second. But first of all, this is for you if you're a woman over 40 who's noticing that HIIT and cardio isn't cutting the mustard anymore. That's why you're here right now. HIIT and cardio is not working, and you're intrigued at this whole why is weight training better type of thing. Maybe you've read little bits of articles before about weight training and HIIT training, what's better, which one burns more calories and all this kind of malarkey. Well, I'm going to share some information which might help you get some clarity on that. Your weight loss has slowed down or stopped, you're losing shape, or you don't have any shape at all, there's no muscle tone, and everything's just harder to get a result doing the same thing. This is also for you if, no, if none of this resonates with you, and although this might still be interesting or useful to know if you're interested in this stuff, it's probably not going to help you that much. You're probably not going to enjoy it. So it might not be for you if this message doesn't resonate, or you don't have an interest in weight training or getting in shape at all. If you have no interest in this topic whatsoever, and you're not experiencing any issues with your current cardio or HIIT routine, this is probably not going to be a great video to watch. So just close it off now. And let's get started. So who am I? Dead quick. My name is Sean. I've been helping women for over 5 years lose weight and tone up, which I mentioned before. 80% of these women are over 40, and I've seen it all. They've come in with bad knees, bad ankles, bad hips, bad everything. I've seen a lot in these past 5 years, and I'm going to share some information on what I think is more beneficial for women that fall in this bracket over the age of 40 and experiencing the issues that I mentioned before. So some of the girls that we've helped include Kerry here on the left. She's done amazing now, our 8-week program where we just do weight training to help you tone up and lose some weight. Moira here on the right got in better shape as well in time for her daughter's wedding. Helen and Rebecca here, both over the age of 40. That might be cut off because of my big ugly mode. But all these women are over the age of 40 and they've used weight training. This is just some of the examples over the past 5 years. So I'm not sitting here typing, tapping results after results after results. You can see these on my social media if you want to dig through. But long story short is we've transitioned women from either doing nothing to doing some weight training to help them get in shape, lose weight and tone up, or a lot of the times we transition them from coming in. We get a lot of runners who come in, for example, a lot of girls who do a lot of running, and they're experiencing not much of a weight loss result, not much of a toning result. It worked to start with and then stopped working. Or girls who do a lot of HIIT, a lot of Joe Wicks kind of stuff. That's the general kind of people that we get in our gym and our online programs. And by the way, if any of this stuff is resonating with you and you need more help with any of the stuff that I'll be talking about, at the end of this video, full transparency, I'm going to offer you an opportunity to maybe join one of our programs in our gym or online. Totally optional. You can take this information and do what you want with on your own. If you need some further help, we can help you with that as well. So we've seen women from all walks of background, but women mostly over 40 who are doing a lot of cardio and seeing diminishing returns. So what's the crack there? What's going on here? Well, let's go back in time to 20-year-old you. And by the way, that writing is not supposed to be there. I forgot to animate it because I was going to do things like this. If you watch, boom, eat loads, drink loads, hardly put on any weight. This is 20-year-old you. This is 20-year-old me. This is 20-year-old everyone, right? We're all human beings. We all go through this same thing that I'm going to be talking about. And it's going to like sort of paint the picture as to why I think weight training is a better option. I'm going to reference a resource as well, which can like sort of back this up and give you a bit more information. So 20-year-old you can eat loads, can drink loads, and hardly put on any weight. You're a size 8, 10, 12. You hardly train. You're still lean. Perhaps you do HIIT, cardio, gym classes, and life is great. This is 20-year-old you. Okay, you can hardly do anything or do whatever you do, whatever you did then, and you would stay in good shape, you would stay thin because you're younger, right? The body is younger, and this is me as well. This is men, women. Granted, I know that men can, even as they get older, they can still lean up more naturally than women, and that's just because we've got more testosterone. That's all it is, really. It's not we have a superpower. It's just the ability to burn body fat is accelerated because we have more testosterone. Women have less testosterone, so that's another reason why I'm going to talk about weight training, why that's better as well as you get older. But okay, so this is what we all go through, right? We go through this process where when we're younger, it's easier to lose weight doing little to no activity or whatever activity we've always been doing in our lifetime. When we're younger, that same level of activity has always worked. So now what's going on? Oh, and you're a gym bunny. This is 20-year-old you. That's a picture of a 20-year-old person who loves training, etc. Okay, so let's fast forward to 40-year-old you. You feel like you're getting fatter after every meal. Everything that goes in is just sitting on you all the time. We all get like that. I get like that. Every single person on this planet gets like that, unless you're a genetic god or you're just really, really committed exercise machine like an athlete or just someone who's very, 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 very focused and training is their life. But most people like you and I will go through phases where we're going to indulge, and even when we just indulge a little bit, that meal feels like it's just sitting on you forever. The same training, like I mentioned before, it isn't keeping you thin anymore. The same amount of work you do, but like I say, you can enjoy HIIT, you can enjoy the cardio, you can enjoy all these things, but doing this is not working anymore. Again, if this message doesn't resonate with you, then you're probably thinking, well, yeah, it does work. I do it all the time and it works really well. Well, if that's the case, then fair enough. Like I said, those individual circumstances, not everybody is exactly the same. But if you're experiencing the problems that I mentioned before, then keep listening because this is going to make some sense. It's going to help you. So runs, HIIT, gym classes, it's not doing shit anymore. It's not cutting the mustard. The change is close. Now, you know what I'm referring to there. It's menopause, of course. And basically, you're like, fuck, what we're going to do? What's the crack here? So let's have a look what happened. The bad news first. I don't know why this is so bad. I must have just completely did not do this properly because watch. So the bad news first, the body's dying every day, right? We are slowly deteriorating. We're aging, and along with the aging process, the body's just basically wearing away, okay? That's just what everyone is doing. You, me, every single person, okay? So this includes your muscles. Your muscles are fading away. And I think in this book, which I'm going to reference more, but this is where I get, aside from my personal experience helping women like you who are experiencing these things I'm talking about, I also learned from other sources. But this one especially is one of the best books I've read. It's called Raw. It's by Stacey Sims, PhD, who's a gender specialist when it comes to performance. So it's how to match your food and fitness to your female physiology for optimum performance, great health, and a strong, lean body for life. Um, it is generally, I guess, more geared to people who are more serious about their training, touching on towards athlete level, but it's not complicated and full of like confusing jargon that only like someone who's really involved in the fitness industry or involved in athletics would understand. It's you can still get it, I guess. It just might not be that interesting to you if you're not really into this that much. But just so you know, this is a good book, and this is where I'm getting some of the information from, which I'm sharing here. Oops. So your muscles, so your body's dying. That includes your muscles. So your muscles are slowly fading away, and we know what that means, right? we can feel, I know that, like, look, when I was in my 20s, I was lifting weights, the same weights that I'm doing now, same exercise I was doing then or whatever. I know it's not the same, right? It takes me more work to build muscle now. It takes me more work to do everything because the body's dying, the muscles are dying, so they need more work to help maintain them at the same level that you want. It's not impossible, it just takes more work now. We need our muscles in order to be toned and shaped, so we're less wobbly and less saggy. So as we are aging, as well as the fact that we're dying, our body is slowing down naturally, so our metabolism is slowing down, and that's why we store body fat more easily now. I was talking before about 20-year-old you and 40-year-old you. That's because naturally it's hot. Your body fat stays on you more easier, or just slows down. The rate of your fat loss slows down as you get older. I got there in the end. I maybe needing a cup of coffee before I can string a proper sentence together. I don't know. But and I know there's some genetic freaks out there, right? We all know the people that we all hate who can just stay thin their whole entire life and never put any weight. There's exceptions and there's people who don't experience this. But generally speaking, most people, as we get older, it's a lot harder to burn body fat. It sticks on more because our metabolism slows down, our body's dying, and all this kind of stuff, right? So the same amount of effort, like I mentioned before, it took to be in shape when you were younger, it doesn't work as easily anymore. You've got to put more effort in. You keep doing the gym classes, hit long runs, but it isn't working. Oh, and like I mentioned before, women have less testosterone and the female hormones are anti-tone building. This is something I actually learned from this book specifically. It's a gender-specific group, and she references the female hormones as being anti-muscle building, which means that, so what she said in the book was, so you've got all these things working against the female body in terms of it being muscular. That's why you don't see many women as big and as muscular as men, because one, they don't have enough testosterone to build that muscle, because that's what fuels that muscle building. But two, the female hormones are anti-muscle tone building, so they're slowing down the rate of your ability to build muscle at the same time you don't have the ability to do it in the first place. So what she says in this book is that as you're getting older, because you've already got these hormones working against you, and you don't have enough testosterone, if you're not working the muscles, not building the muscles, they're dying and they're not optimal for being building anyway. So if you're not exercising your muscles and you're doing loads of HIIT and cardio throughout your whole life, you've probably seen these people running around. I see them quite a bit. They're saggy, they haven't got any muscles, they've got no shape, no definition. They do a lot of running, they're great, they're healthy, they're fit, but the shape is deteriorating and the ability to lose weight for some people can slow down a lot, especially if you haven't been doing any exercise at all and you're noticing that your cardio and your HIIT training isn't producing any results. It can be time to switch to working the muscles so that you can, number one, build up your tone, build up your shape, build up your strength. But what I'm going to show you in the next slide, why weights is so important, is because again, I've done this wrong, haven't I? So I've restart this. So how do we fix this? So everything's slowing down, everything's getting worse as you get older. What's the issue? Like I said in the book, then in the raw book, HIIT doesn't build the muscles. Right, you need to be stressing the muscles enough for and this again, it's not about building the muscles and building the size and building the strength. Not as a woman, that's not what you're interested in. It's about building them to be toned and shaped. So because the muscles are already deteriorating and dying, you need to be working on them in order to keep your metabolism fueled so you can burn body fat more efficiently, because remember, your metabolism is slowing down as you age anyway. So the best way to keep that firing and keep that igniting and keep the fat burning going is to be exercising your muscles using weight training so that you can maximize burning body fat as you get older, because everything's just slowing down. Okay, so HIIT and cardio, it's great for your fitness, it might be fantastic, but it's not going to be great for optimal body fat loss going forward if you're not doing any sort of weight training right now. And that's why you're probably here, because you're experiencing that shift where it's just not doing anything anymore. You enjoy it, maybe you like it, it's good for your health, all that good stuff, but it's not losing any weight anymore. And it's because you need to make this shift into starting to getting the muscles firing and building some muscle tone so you can burn more body fat. So, like I said, the HIT and the cardio, works the muscle to a certain extent, but there's no applied progressive overload, meaning you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. There's no progressive change. So, the activity isn't getting stronger. The muscles aren't experiencing any more intense stress. It's just, the same high knees, the same press ups, the same jump squats, and all that kind of stuff. But there's no extra. Eventually, your body will get used to that. So it has no reason to make any change anymore. So weight training, you can continuously apply more stress and more force the body into more change by adding more weight and doing more reps. Those two things combined is going to make a huge difference to your body tone, shape, and then burning body fat. The more muscle tone you have in your body, the more efficient your body is becoming at burning fat. And like I said, it's harder as you get older, but not impossible. But you need to be fueling the body with the right stuff, i.e. weight training, good quality food, to make sure you get the maximum out of it. And you've probably seen these people. If you've done a bit of research and you're interested in this stuff, watching this video, you probably know yourself deep down. You've probably seen some magazines, you've probably seen some women's health, some programs on the importance of doing weight training as you get older and how beneficial it is. So hopefully this video can supplement that. And if you haven't heard about this kind of stuff, then this is new to you, then great. Take this information on board and get to work. So muscle tone is needed to increase metabolism. I touched on that before. And like I touched on that as well, you increase metabolism means more body fat burned. The only way to increase the muscle tone is to lift weights. Like I said, you get some degree doing HIT, but there's no, eventually, if I kept doing high knees in the sitting room every day, 30 seconds high knees every day, yes, that eventually I'll become so good at doing 30 seconds high knees that my body's just so efficient at doing it now. So it's adapted. It's done. Like it can deal with that now. When you start doing it, it's hard as shit, right? But after week 6, it's easy because my body's more efficient. So now I can do that with less energy, less calories, with less stress. It's not hard anymore. So I can just do it with my eyes closed. So once your body becomes used to it, there's no reason for it to make any further change. So applying more resistance to the body, i.e. lifting weights, is going to promote that change, that boost in fat burn that you're looking for if you're experiencing the issues that I mentioned at the start of this video, that your body fat slowed down. Body fat loss is slowed down. So female hormones are already anti-muscle building, which I mentioned before. They're dying as we age, and you probably can't see that at the bottom. But what I've just mentioned before, we need to work their muscles so we can burn body fat and build strength and shape as we get older. So HIT is only good for fitness. It's not for toning up, it's not for shaping up, it's not for being strong, and not good for continued fat burning past 40. We now need to start working the muscles. Look, if you've been doing HIT and cardio stuff, all throughout your earlier life, and you're noticing it's not working anymore, it's because of this. This is one of the reasons why. It could be your food, maybe you're eating too much, maybe not fueling right outside of the gym. That's always a possibility, of course. But the likelihood is it's just that you need to start working on your muscles now. We need to start building some tone, to build your body up to become more efficient at burning body fat. And this is the stuff that Stacey Simmons references in this book, is the importance of getting good quality food in, but also training your muscles and lifting weights. And again, it's not about being a big muscle monster or being ripped and shredded. It's just about exercising the muscles in a way which is going to keep the body healthy and keep it ticking, keep the metabolism high so you can burn body fat. You don't have to be a muscle monster and the world's strongest woman, but you have to be stimulating your muscles to keep your metabolism firing. Nothing does that better than lifting weights. And I know there are exceptions. There are people watching this right now who are in immaculate shape doing HIT training, and that doesn't bother them. I get it. There's always going to be exceptions. But if you're this far, you know that this kind of stuff is bothering you. You're experiencing these problems, and this could be your golden ticket out of it. And like I said, you can still do HIT if you love it. If you really enjoy doing HIT training and cardio, I'm not saying don't do it ever again, but interject some weight training into your routine. It's going to help stimulate the fat burn and loss that you're not experiencing anymore. I guarantee, get some weight training into the mix. It's going to help you lose. Past the age of 40, if the goal is to lose weight, you need to be lifting some weights. Whether you're including that with cardio or not, you need to be getting some weight training done. So what's the good news, Sean? I've just told you all the bad stuff is going in the body. What? Give us some good news. God damn it. Well, my thing's not working. But I can tell you the good news is lift free weights a couple of times a week, 2 to 3 times per week. Things like I say, alongside your cardio routine, you're going to notice all the good things that I mentioned before. You're going to notice your shape is improving, your strength is improving. And look, it's not just about the aesthetics and people, you seeing how good you look and people noticing how good you look from lifting weights, but it's also the positives it gives you in the body as well. Just generally as you get older, like we're getting weaker. Like I said before, sorry to bring up the bad news again, but we're gradually getting weaker. We're gradually deteriorating and dying. And by lifting weights, you're slowing down that natural deterioration by keeping the body strong. You can keep the body fit by doing HIT and cardio, which is good. Yeah, if you ever get if you ever in a position where you need to run away from someone in your 70s, then all this cardio work is going to become in handy. But I know that when you're in that age, whilst it may be handy to have that kind of level of fitness, it's good for your cardiovascular health. I get it. I'm just playing fun here, but having the strength as well when you get older, the ability to just get up and down the stairs easier, to be able to get out of the bath, to be able to pick things up, to be bend down and not have your back pop out. All these things are just added benefits to lifting weights. And like I say, it can be in conjunction with your cardio, but including the weight training routine, not only are you going to look fantastic and get this fat burning result that you want, but it's going to stand you in good stead as you get older. It's going to slow down that natural deterioration of you just fading away and not being able to hardly move. By having strong muscles, you have strong bones and you build strong joints. It's not just about how you look, it increases the strength of the body as well as making you look better shaped and more toned. So I hope this video has helped. If you need more help with getting started with weights, I know some of you watching this may already be at our gym, some of you aren't able to get to our gym, and that's totally fine. We have options in the gym, or we can get you started with one of our online programs. On our online programs, we can just give you a program that you can do. It has little intervention from me. If you're happy just to crack on, we've got a starter pack where it's an 8-week training program where you can just take and apply into your own routine, whatever you're doing now. It's all weight training. So you can do this alongside, any cardio work that you're currently doing. You can get to work on that. And like I say, I just check in with you every now and then, make sure you're okay. And then we've got progressively more involved packages where I can help you on a more one-to-one personal basis if you need more personal help. These programs are best suited for people who have either done weights before and you haven't done weights for a long, long time. You know what you're comfortable going into the gym. You know what you need to do. You just need some guidance and some help and some clear demonstrations and some instructions of what to do, and you're happy doing it on your own if you have that guidance and support outside the gym. If you're not comfortable going to a gym on your own, the online programs probably aren't going to work that well for you because you do need access to the weight training for what I'm talking about here. In which case, if you can travel to our gym in Newcastle, Holystone, we can help you there. So let me know. There should be a link around this video accompanying the message or the email that you've received this video. And yeah, get in touch and we can help you out with any of our online packages or at our gym. And you can get a free trial of both. So if you want to trial this online thing, see if it's for you, you can do. If you want to trial the thing at the gym, you can do. I hope this video has helped. And remember, this book is a reference point. Everything I spoke about today when I mentioned this book is in here if you want to go verify it. And yeah, this, again, I've just experienced this. A lot of the girls who come to us have come to us from doing loads of cardio and it's just stopped. It stopped working. It's not necessarily don't enjoy it anymore. They still do. We have a lot of girls who come to our gym who run outside of the gym, and they just come to our gym to get the weight training side of it because you need both, or you definitely need weight training. Okay, so it's get it in your routine, especially if you're experiencing issues I mentioned at the start of this video. You need to be stimulating the metabolism. You need to be building muscle tone and strength because if you're not doing weight, you're not doing those two things. You're not building tone, you're not building strength, and you're not working on your metabolism. So get to work on some weight training. Hope this video has helped. Take care. Have a great day.